What's up, you guys? This is Ao from Catalyst here. We have a very special guest. We have Lexe Defier, also known as Stephanie. I'm sure you guys know who she is, and she was so graceful enough to talk to us. Um, I know you said it might be a little bit hard for you, a little bit nervous, but we're just chilling, dude. It's gonna be fun, and everyone's
Yeah.
interested to see or hear what you have to say. So before we get into all the tea and all that BS, like introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you like to do? And what is your aspirations right now?
All right. Well, hey guys. You might have seen me one time, on the live streams and shit. But my name is Stephanie, aka Lex Defier, but it's just a stage name that I'm currently working with right now. But I'm probably gonna change it eventually. But my real name is Stephanie. But I'm a singer. Been singing since I can talk, could talk, and it's just been a crazy journey in this music industry. But finally, things are coming a little together. So
Yeah,
yeah. And what was the other question? My aspirations?
yeah. Like what are your aspirations? Like I guess like plans you have for the future. I know we're all in lockdown, so it's kind of hard to get out there. But like what
Yeah.
after lockdown, what do you want to be doing?
I just want to I want to create. I'm trying to create. I'm trying to come up with like plans, game plans. I'm always trying to network. I'm working on just posting covers. I'm kind of going back to the basics, posting song covers, different genres.
Hmm.
I want to create like visuals for my YouTube channel. I want to create videos. Um, I want to be a superstar. Just kidding. No. Well, no, I do, but I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm doing it because this is my passion. I'm trying to make it into my career. And I never gave up. And, you know, here I am and I'm gonna keep
Right. Well,
going.
you definitely have the look of an artist, and I do
Oh,
remember
thanks.
people saying
I try.
that, like, that you were just clout chasing in this situation, that you were just trying to, But I feel like they say that with any girl that gets associated with it. Why do you think people were so adamant that you were a clout chaser? Is it just because you said that you were a singer, or?
Um, honestly, like if people that know me personally, like yeah, I don't know if they're gonna vouch for me, but I've been singing, like I said, since I was a child. So yeah, I didn't have mommy and daddy put me in the industry like some other people. But it's I work really hard and I'm not gonna let anyone take that from me. And if I was really a clout chaser, I would have done this interview a long time ago and I would have
And I
made
actually
videos.
asked you, like we just found out before that I DM'd you in January, and you were like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. So yeah, if you really wanted to, be taking advantage of this, and plus you've been very silent since all that happened. So I don't really see that being the case,
Yeah,
right?
and it's like honestly, I didn't know Aaron Carter too well. Like, yeah, when I was a kid, you saw him on Lizzie McGuire and his little couple songs he did and stuff like that. Like that's cool. But I just, I thought like maybe we're both singers, we could both like understand each other, because it's kind of hard to find someone in the industry or it's kind of hard to find a partner because every guy I've ever dated didn't want me to succeed or didn't want me to pursue this passion.
Right.
They all like were jealous and held me back and I allowed it, and but I still was never going to give up, so that's
Almost like
why.
they don't want you to be more successful than them in a way, like they were jealous
Yeah,
in that
and I
way.
honestly felt with Aaron that he kind of saw me as a threat, to be honest.
Wow, really? You think he saw you as a threat?
Yeah, I do, because he probably saw that I think he saw like a light in me, and I think he saw that I wasn't going to put up with his bullshit in the long run.
Right.
So I think that's why he just tossed me to the side and was like, whatever, bye.
Right. So how did you guys first meet? It was through Instagram, right?
Yeah, I was like, I kind of checked his page like once in a great while, and I always thought he was like kind of cute, like especially now that he's older, because I kind of like that type, tattoos, kind of skinny, looking like they're kind of dead a little bit. But yeah, like I don't know. I hit him up and he replied, and then he was like, "I can't believe you're messaging me. Like you're so gorgeous. Like how are you even talking to me
Oh
right now?"
wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "What?" Like I was like, "Oh shit!" Like whatever. I didn't think he was gonna reply, but I try my luck sometimes. Like I'll hit up some guys like in
Yeah,
the
of
same
course.
industry, and I'll just like, "What's good?" But he replied, and then yeah, and then like a week later, he's like, do you want to come over? And I was like, okay.
Yeah, like how fast did it escalate? So like from the very first messages, was it just like boom, like messaging all the time, like crazy, or was it like a gradual?
It was like, I forgot if it was in the beginning of the week or the end of the week, but I think the first like 2 days we were like talking back and forth here and there. But then like throughout the week, we kind of died down. And then he just called me randomly and was like, hey, like, do you want to come over? And because we exchanged numbers. And then I went over, and then that's when it all happened.
Was it super flirtatious conversation, or was it just kind of casual, like getting to know each other type stuff, or was it both?
I don't know. I don't really remember our conversations, to be honest. I just remember that he was just like, oh, you're gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. And then.
So you hit him up, and then he was just kind of putting the moves on you.
Yeah. And I don't really remember too much talking in depth. But when I was at his house, we were really talking really deep about crazy shit. Like,
yeah. Did you guys go live before you met, or was he not doing that yet?
I think he was going. Yeah, he was going. That's how I kind of remember him, because he was going on lives, and like, I think that's what I remember, like him just being on live. But I literally probably looked at his page like a couple times within the last, like, I don't know how long he's been on Instagram, you know. I was random. I just came across his page for some reason.
Right. And after you saw him live, you didn't like, because that was, what was this, around like
I didn't
October,
really register
September?
That he was like always on live, like streaming. Like, it wasn't really, I didn't really
yeah.
You know, I didn't really know that was his thing.
Mm.
Because I go on live, but he's like on live like every day. So
right.
it seems.
So this was completely in the dark. Like, he wasn't like guesting you on his live and people were like seeing you. They only saw you when you showed up.
Oh yeah, I never went on his live. I didn't even talk to him before that.
Oh, okay. So
we never talked. I wasn't even following him when we started talking.
Yeah.
And then
that's
I followed him because we started talking. And then I have like pictures and proof that he was only following me at a time when we were talking. He was only following me.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought he was fucking with me, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of his tactics, I guess.
Yeah, Aaron takes his follower list very, very seriously. I'm sure people watching who follow Aaron definitely know that. So yeah, I didn't know that, again, because I think that was like right before I had started following. So like I remember you were around, but I don't remember it actually happening. And the community has, I guess, grown a lot since then. So I think that's why it's cool we're doing this, because I think a lot of people don't know that information. Maybe you never even said it. Did you ever say this stuff? Like,
no, but everyone's like, how did you meet him? And I'm like, on Instagram. Like, a lot of girls can meet. He meets everyone on Instagram. Like, slide in his DMs and give it a shot. You know what I mean?
that's true.
Like,
that's true.
I'm sure if you're cute enough, he'll holla. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So did he immediately wanted to talk to you about you coming over, or was it just sporadic, like, come over?
We kind of talked about it. I was like, oh, like, when am I gonna come over, or when are we gonna meet? And he's like, oh, soon, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. I just kind of was like, you know what, like, if he wants to hit me up, he'll hit me up. And then he's like, hey, like, are you busy tonight? And I'm kind of tired. He's like, well, do you want to do it tomorrow then? That's fine. And I'm like, no, I'm like, I'll just go. I'll just go, because I didn't want to see him, you know. So I was like, fuck it. I drove an hour to Lancaster.
Ooh, okay.
And I was like, bro, like, this is kind of far. But I was like driving at night too, and I was like scared. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, and but yeah, I drove there, and then I got there. And then, like, it's kind of fucked up, because honestly, like, he said things to me that, like, I kind of thought he, like, really felt something between us, you know?
Yeah.
And I felt like he did like me, but again, I know better, and I was like, not gonna fall for the shit, but I did. But it ended, and I think, like, God spared me. So yeah, right when I got there and I pulled up, he's like, oh, I'm gonna come out and, like, help you get your stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. He came out, walked up to my car, and he hugged me, and he looked at me, and he's like, you knew we were supposed to meet. It was like our destiny, huh? And I was like, fuck you, bro. And then and then we walked into his house, and then that's like when we went on live, and I brought my little stripper outfit.
Well, so that was like just like that. It was just super quick. Car. Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna, like, dress up for him. Like, fuck it. Like, I don't know. It was weird. Like, I just felt like being sexy, but I didn't really.
So did you like bring a suitcase with you and stuff?
Yeah, I brought a overnight bag. Yeah.
Oh crap. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm driving all the way there, an hour out. It's nighttime. I drove there at like 10, got there at 11, and I was super tired. And because I was with my friend the night before, and
Yeah.
hold on, yeah, and then yeah, so I brought overnight bag, my makeup, and yeah, and then we started fucking, I don't know, live streaming, and I just felt kind of weird because I was like, okay, I don't mind live streaming, whatever. That's his business. But I was like, don't you want to get to know me? Don't you want to spend time with me? Like, I just felt kind of weird. And I was honestly like, I was a little nervous being on his live stream. I was kind of like awkward at times. I was just like, like, yeah, like I didn't know how to act.
Especially because at that time he was getting a lot of viewers on his live stream. Like now he'll get like maybe 400 or 500, but I remember at that time he was getting like 1,000. So there was like a lot of people watching that. Right. Mm-hmm. So what did people like? What was the blowback of that? Like because was the chat going crazy? Were you paying attention to the chat? Were people roasting you?
Yeah, they were just like, oh, like you guys have like such a good connection. Like the way he looks at you, he's glowing. Like everyone's like, oh my god, like he seems like so happy. You make him so happy. And I was like, damn, like maybe he needed me in his life. I don't know, like you always want to feel that you're the reason someone's happy. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like, oh, cool. Like maybe I'm really making him happy. I don't know. Like, and I didn't really know his backstory. I kind of knew about that he was dabbling in the drug life, and I did too. Like we all kind of mostly go through that. Yeah. So I didn't judge him on it. But
was he doing? I mean, you don't have to say this if you don't want to.
No,
but
I'll
like,
say whatever because I'm honest. But yeah, if it's like, I'm sure he wouldn't have done anything in front of me. You know what I mean? Because that's people will tell if he was.
Right.
And I don't know. I didn't see him do anything personally, but I had a couple beers when I was there because I couldn't handle it was a little anxiety for me just always being on live, and I was kind of like, oh my god, we didn't sleep for 2 days.
What? Okay.
Yeah, and I was sober and awake. We didn't sleep. He was all up all night live. I don't even know. Like
yeah, because that's when he was going ham on that. I remember like. Again, he doesn't really do that anymore, but when I first started following, he'd be up all night. I'd be like, has this dude been live for 3 days? Like, what's going on? So were you like, what the hell's going on here? Like,
yeah, it was a little too much for me. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe like this time I'll let it slide. But then like when I come back, like he better like spend time with me. We better go do something fun. We like go to the movies or freaking court me a little bit, But I was like, whatever, this time I'll just like show off my ass and my titties, like be funny and cool, like whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever. I don't know. I just felt kind of like being sexy for him for some reason. And maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I don't really care. Like it's like a bikini, bro. So not a big deal. Like,
yeah.
Like, so yeah. And then we went to the pumpkin patch to go get like pumpkins, but like we didn't end up doing that. I was going to like carve it with him, like have a good time, but it was kind of cold outside. So we left back home, and I don't know. It kind of pissed me off because like the whole time I was there, he didn't feed me. I didn't eat the whole time I was there.
What?
I swear on my life, we didn't eat. He was drinking Ensure. He's like, oh, I have an eating disorder.
Dude, the Ensure is kind of a meme. That's funny.
Yeah, bro. And I'm like, well, I'm hungry, and like I'm used to eating. Like I'm a foodie. Like I want to eat. I don't know if I should close these blinds, but
it's up to you. Yeah, that's so funny. I can't believe he's like drinking Ensure.
Kind of like I noticed after that he didn't really give a shit about me, and that he was on some other type of I don't know what, but yeah, he didn't feed me, and he's like, and usually like after me, like he's always going to the market, but Melanie likes to eat too, so I know she was making sure there was food in the house,
Yeah.
But yeah, like he didn't feed me the whole time I was there, the 2-3 days, whatever.
Did you like not want to like ask him too much for food, or like what did he say when you said you were hungry?
But every time I asked him, like, and his security guards, they like went to like the store to like go return his stuff, and then they went to go do something else for him. And then I was like, can you guys like go give me food like on the way back? And they never brought food. They were gonna go to the market, and they're like, oh, I forgot what they said, the reason why they didn't get any food from the market. But he was like, dude, like go to the market, like go get some food for the house. And they didn't bring back food, I guess, because they ended up doing like, oh, we went to go like return your stuff instead.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, there's like some pasta and like Alfredo sauce. And I'm like, bro, like, why don't we just order a pizza? You're always ordering pizza now. Like, he didn't fucking feed me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I felt kind of like, and he didn't give me gas money when I left, and he just like blocked me on everything. Like, and I no, actually, he didn't block me. I was messaging him. And I'm like, because he was starting to say like, oh, she's a clout chaser and this and that. I'm like, what the hell's your problem? Like,
And
I
this
didn't
was
do
on
nothing.
live, right? That he was saying all this.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, I didn't do nothing to you. Like, I thought you like wanted to get to know me, this and that. And then he's like, and I'm like, I'm really hurt that you're doing this to me. And he's like, I'm hurt too. I'm like, hurt about what? Like, and he's like, oh, you're talking bad about me. I'm like, yeah, because you're freaking you. He went on No Jumper. I'm like, oh, is that your new girlfriend? He's like, oh, it's just one of my bitches. When he said that, I fucking went off on his ass because I'm like, I don't get disrespected, motherfucker. So I ain't just one of your bitches. I am the bitch, that bitch. So,
Oh,
so I
oh
don't know what the
shit.
fuck you think you are talking shit about me. He's like putting Trisha Paytas, like, oh, like this is my girl, and like, and what's her
Yeah.
name? And Jenna. He took her on No
Mm.
Jumper. Oh, but I'm the cloud chaser, but you took her on No Jumper. First of all, I know people that know Adam, and if I really wanted to, like, they call them. They're like, hey, like, she wants to like, or not me, but they're like, oh, do you want to hear about Aaron? Blah blah. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I want to go like when I actually have something to show for. Like, he's not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to talk about that. So, like, I don't know, bro. I like
So
whatever.
so
Like,
did you guys? Was this fight on live? Like, did he kick you out on
no, it
live?
was no through messaging on Instagram.
Okay, so you left and then he started talking about you.
Well, when he went on the No Jumper interview, that's when I left. And then he's like, oh, she's just one of my
Uh,
bitches.
oh, I did
And that's
not
why I
know
started shit
that.
with him. And I started talking shit. And I went on live and I was like, oh, I'm just one of your bitches. And then that's when he got mad that I actually like said something. But I'm like, what do you want me to say? Just sit there and be quiet, like Melanie, sorry, Melanie, and put up with the bullshit. Like, no, I've been through enough shit, bro. Like, I'm not gonna let someone say I'm just one of their bitches. Like, sorry.
Wow, that's tea right there. I didn't know. I didn't know that you.
Yeah, if
That
you
was
watch the No
right
Jumper
before.
interview when he was like going off on Adam, like he's wearing like a blue sweater. They're like, oh, like who's that chick? And he's like, oh, she's like this Armenian chick. Oh, she's just one of my bitches. And Adam's like, oh, because his girl Lena the Plug is Armenian. And he's like, oh, Armenian girls are my favorite. Oh, I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm like, oh, so I'm just one of your bitches. So I messaged him and I was like, oh, I'm just one of your bitches. And then I don't know. And then he was just like talking all this like jibber jabber going around it. And he's like, oh, I heard you're talking shit about me. I'm like, yeah, look what the fuck you said. Like, you didn't feed me.
Wow.
You didn't give me gas money. And then you fucking say I'm just one of your bitches. And then you say I'm a clout chaser. So, yeah, it all really makes sense, bro. That's all you can say about
Oh,
me.
damn, that's tea. Did you
Like,
guys have
bro, my friends,
sex?
so many people I knew were like, let's go fuck him up, beat his ass. I'm like, no, I don't do that kind of stuff, bro. Like, I'm like, he'll get his karma. Like, he already, look at him. He can't even hold a relationship.
Did
Like,
did you guys even get it in? Did you guys even have sex?
yeah, we did 2 times.
Right.
And one
Not
time he
while
came in me.
not while it was live though, right?
No, no, we never made a porn or anything. Or, dude, and when I was there the first night, he's like, hey, like, I want to ask you something. And I'm like, what? And he's all like, would you like be down? Like, if like we had a threesome with like security guards. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? I was like, don't ever ask me that shit again. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. And I was like, I'm not going to fucking fuck you and your security guards. Like, that was like really weird to me. I should have known that was a red flag.
Yeah. Wow, that's a new perspective, and that's stuff that no one knows, right? Like no one would know all these
Yeah,
inner
no one knows.
details.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, maybe like a couple people I told, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
of
know.
course. Like you told somebody, but like the
Yeah.
general public probably doesn't
Yeah. When we
know
were having
that.
sex, he was like looking at me in my eyes and he's like, look me in my eyes. Look me in my eyes. Like, let your wall down. He's like, it's me, baby. It's me. And I was like, what the? It was like really intense. And I was like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, and he's like, he's like, I could see all the pain in your eyes. And he's like, it's so beautiful. And he's like, you're such a strong woman. He's like, I really would want someone like you by my side. Like, he's like, you make me feel happy. He's like, we talk so easily. We get along so easily. Like, he said all this shit, bro. But yet, look what he did to me.
Did you enjoy? Like, was it enjoyable? Like, while it was
The
there?
first time we had sex, I was super tired, so it was hard for me to kind of get into it, but it was good. Like, it was okay. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like it was because I was sleepy. It wasn't like so like it was like we did it at like 2 a.m. It was like, oh, too late.
Yeah. Oh,
If
damn.
I had
That's
like good
heavy.
rest the night before, maybe it would have been a little better. But like but it wasn't like, oh my God, like I didn't orgasm. Plus I've only orgasmed once in my life. It's kind of, I'm not hard to please, but it's like, I have to love someone and like, they have to like really like try to please me for it to happen. Like, and a
Right.
lot of men I dated were selfish lovers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I could come like if it's really good, but it's a lot of guys I dated, like I said, didn't know how to work it. Nothing. So now I'm waiting for the one that could work it. And
No diggity.
nope.
Hey. No,
Yeah.
no
So,
diggity.
and then we had sex before he left to no jumper, but it was like a quick, like less than 5 minutes. And he was like, beep, bat, bat, I gotta go. And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
So were
yeah.
people after this, like, were people
and he came
messaging
inside
you?
of me when he was having
What?
sex. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna get you pregnant. I'm putting a baby inside of you tonight.
I was
And all this
actually
crazy.
gonna ask you, did he ever talk about pregnancy and stuff?
Oh yeah, he told me he's putting a baby in me that night, and I was scared because, and he's like, "You're mine." He's like, "We're gonna have a beautiful baby." He's like, "I want an Armenian wife." He's like, "I know you're gonna be a good mother." He's like, "You cook, you clean." He's like, "What more do I want?" And he's like, "My dad told me I was gonna end up with a like a European, like Middle Eastern or like Indo-European or Eastern European woman." And I'm like, "All right."
Wow, this is so I'm not laughing at your situation. I'm just laughing because this is information right here. Because like, a lot of people, and I guess it's their right to be private
It was
about it,
fucked
but
up, and I was really hurt.
yeah, of
But I got
course.
over it. I got over it because I was like, I know I deserve better, and I knew not to let my walls down. He was pushing it so hard that I was like, you know what?
What
Maybe
were
I'll
your
just let him
friends
win.
saying? What were your like personal friends saying? Were they like texting you while you were there, being like, "What's going on?" or like?
Everyone was like saying we're so cute together, this and that. But once they found out what he did, they're like, fuck him. Like he's a piece of shit. And they're like, he doesn't know what he had. And like he's a loser, druggie. Like everyone's like, he's a fucking druggie. Like he burned his brain. Like everyone's just saying all like to forget about it. And my friend, she's like a psychic and like stuff like that. And she's like, dude, he's like a really dark person. Like just stay away from him. She's like, he's like a succubus. Like she's like, he doesn't want, like she's like, he's not good for you. Like trust me. And I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, so it took me a couple days. I cried really hard one day about it, and then I got over it because I know my worth, and I knew like I shouldn't have let my walls down, and maybe I shouldn't have slept with him right off the bat, but I was attracted, so I was like, fuck it. Like, but yeah, he
Right.
asked me to have a threesome with him and his security guards, and I was like, nah, bro, like that ain't me. Maybe another.
What?
Yeah, I was like, maybe another girl, bro, not me. And
Oh
then Celina
shoot.
Powell wanted to fight me for Aaron. I was like, girl, I don't fight over no man. Sorry.
Right.
I
And
don't
when
care.
was Celina Powell before or after?
Before.
Right. Yeah, she was like way before. I think she was like in the
Yeah, he was
summer.
like messing with a few girls like Trisha, her, I don't know, kind of off and on with Celina. But he told me that he never fucked her. And he told me that she's crazy and this and that. I'm like, whatever. So I ended up blocking her too because she sent me an address. Because later on, I hit her up. I was like, what's up? I'm like, you really want to fight? Because I'll fuck you up, like on the streets and shit. But I'm like, I ain't
Yeah.
going to fight over a man. But if you're going to threaten to beat me up, like, what's good? And then she sent me the address from Nemo, Wallaby Lane or Sydney Lane or what is it?
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, please. So I just blocked her after that. I'm like, girl, I'm like, you don't even know who I am. Like, I got a
So
lot of friends
was
that
she
want to fight
really
her.
after Aaron like that? Because a lot of people said that like for her it was kind of a meme. Was she really like after Aaron?
I don't know. She
Lena?
wanted to fight over him. So I was like, damn, maybe she did like him. But I think she just fights over any guy because she maybe wants to be with someone that's in kind of sort of famous. I don't know.
Right. And like if she's going for like publicity stunts, like that's obviously gonna bring it out into the public. So or trying
Yeah,
to at
but
least.
me bringing violence, that to me was just really weird of her and low class. So I thought that was kind of low class of her, like that she wanted to get physical and violent with me. And that
Yeah.
was kind of threw me off and it kind of pissed me off because I don't take threats lightly. But at the same time, I'm better than that. So I didn't really feed into it. And she was like, oh, she's ugly. And I'm just like, why are you threatening or why are you like degrading my looks? Or why are you like, what is it called? Like, I don't even know what it's called, but just like insulting my
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, that was kind of like not nice, like woman to woman,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Especially like being with the same especially if she's not currently with him, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I was like, I'm here, you're not. So what's your problem? Like, And everyone was telling me that they're like, oh, you're just the new girl of the week. You're just the new flavor of the week. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And I was like, fuck it, you know? But yeah, so that's what happened. He kind of fucked me over. But at the same time, at least it was only 2 days out of my life. I wouldn't have let it gone on longer like Melanie did. And I think Melanie was wrong for moving in so fast. I don't think that was a good decision that she made. But I think she thought if she did that, she would be there and he wouldn't like leave her or something. Like maybe for her, she thought, oh, if I move in, he's not going to kick me out or he's not going to. Girl, I warned you.
Yeah, she did move in quite fast. I remember everyone was kind of like freaking out, like, oh my God, like, because everyone thought Melanie was just going to be like, 5 days, nothing days.
I did too.
And it kept going.
But I thought maybe he was like, damn, like I have this beautiful girl. She has a lot of followers. She got like verified when she was with him too. But I don't know. Honestly, Melanie, I told her about Aaron and she's like, oh, what happened with you and him? And then she ran off to him to be with him. Like, and a week later, she was at his house. And then, and I hit her up and I'm like, really, dude? And she's like, just leave us alone. And I'm like, okay, Melanie, peace out. So I blocked her ass too. And I'm probably going to run into her eventually because we kind of hang out with like certain people.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to see her, but I'm going to tell her, you know what, Melanie, like you did what you did. I don't know what to tell you. That's on you. Like,
right.
I don't really take it to heart because if people are meant to be together, they're going to be together. Like I can't stop it from happening. So I'm not that type of a person.
I heard you say you fell in love. This is when I was doing research. You said, quote, I heard you fell in love with someone who had been like you wanted someone who had been through as much stuff as you had, and that's why you kind of felt like Aaron, maybe because of his past and going through a lot, that you connected, and that you like lost an ex to like schizophrenia or something like that. Like, do you feel like he had some of those attributes of like not mental illness, but just just kind of like having a rough life in a way?
Yeah, he told me like about his like family and like his brother, like being the rapist, and I've been like through things in that department, and I don't think he was lying, but I don't know because he seems kind of out there, so I don't really know what's really true that he says, but I believed him because that's kind of a serious subject to talk about. And he told me about his sister, about his dad, and he just the drug use and just being in the limelight at a young age. And like I'm a singer, so I kind of thought maybe he would be like a guide for me in the industry. Like I thought maybe he would. I was like, oh, he's working on music. Like I didn't really know like how he really was, So I kind of just and my ex had a drug problem behind my back, and he ended up turning schizophrenic, and he's never going to be the same, and he's just different. And he was abusive, and I was with him for 5 years off and on. So we finally ended it. He hit me and left some damage. So and then when I met Aaron, they're kind of reminded me like in the way where they're just like forcing like love on me, or like you're mine, or you're the one, or this and that, like, and just I don't know. He just had some similarities. Yeah, he seems a little, I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, it seems like he has some kind of issues. I don't know.
Exactly. But then there's points where like he does seem like very, and I mean everyone as humans, like I feel like we all have multiple sides, but like when he's working on music, from what I see, or like if he's touring, I feel like he's really balanced, and he might just be that type of person, especially if you grew up touring and grew up doing fast life. I feel like if you're not in fast life mode, I feel like it's really stressful on the person. You know what I mean? That's why like bands don't retire. They're like, okay, we're 70 years old and this is our last tour, and then they do a reunion a year later because they can't give the life up. So I definitely feel like that might have a lot to do with it as well, and maybe
and
why
he was gonna help me with music. I didn't even ask him. He offered me.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, like I'll help you. Like I know people. He's like, we'll make videos. You'll be in my music videos. That's like the main girl. And I'm like, okay. Like, and he's like, I think you're so like exotic, like blah blah blah. And like, he was just telling me, he's like, I see like your star quality. Like he was telling me all these things, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, thanks.
Yeah.
So
have you dated anyone since the Aaron stint, or do you not want to say? You don't have to say their names.
I was with this guy for like a couple of weeks, but he ended up getting back with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
She got pregnant.
Ooh,
and
okay.
he was like, oh, I have to be with her. Like I have to take responsibility. And I was like, okay, bye. Like, but I know that I kind of liked him a lot, but I knew that I didn't know him well, and I knew I wasn't really ready to jump in. I want to get to know someone before
Yeah.
I jump into anything. So, and Aaron, I told him that too, and he's like, "Oh, I respect that. I respect that you like want to get to know me and not just jump into something, but yet whatever."
Yeah. That's cool. Well, like, do you feel like you never got closure on the situation? Because again, it was a little bit before I started following, but from what I remember, you did kind of just disappear, which is probably for the better. Because some people try to keep it going. You could have easily kept trying to talk to that person, this, and I'm sure you told certain people to get it off your chest. But publicly, you never have. So, like, does this feel good to like finally talk about it in public?
Not really. It doesn't really
Yeah.
feel good.
Well,
It doesn't really feel-
not good, but like I feel like
I don't
expressing.
honestly, him blocking me was the closure, because I was like, okay, he literally does not give a fuck about me. So that made
Right.
me like, okay, bye. Like, I'm good.
Hmm.
I'm a strong person. I've been through a lot, and I want someone that's going to value me and cherish me and not just block me because he referred to me as one of his bitches on live podcast. I'm not going to be disrespected. I don't care who the fuck you are. What are you even doing with your career, bro? Like, you've been making music for what, a year now? What have you released? Yeah, it's not an easy industry, but at the same time, like,
Right.
don't act like you're doing big things. Like, no. And the way he treats people, no, I don't agree with it.
Right.
Even with Melanie, like, every time she said something, he'd give her like a look, or like he didn't really let her speak. He didn't really let her have a voice. Um, in what I saw. And I don't know, Melanie, I knew she wanted love, because when I talked to her, she'd always be like, I want like love, I want to have a family. And I knew she wanted that. But I think she maybe thought, like, I don't know, she could shoot her shot or something.
Hmm. Yeah, and I guess since it was so short for you, but it seems like it was very intense because like for 2 days, for a week, basically, right? Like it was like a 7 day, maybe a little bit longer, shorter period. This is a lot of information that you have, so it's like that's, and I feel like Aaron could be kind of intense like that, where he drops his book on you, and maybe that can make you feel special or feel close. Um, but that could be kind of dangerous, right? Like he you don't know him, he doesn't know you, so it's like, how much did you share about yourself in the situation, or did you not really?
He knew that I was like raped growing up. Like, he knew I was like molested. He knew I did drugs. I got clean. He knew that I've just been in a lot of like bad relationships, and we both were engaged 3 times, and we just had like little things in common. Like, we're singers, and we're looking for the one. And he told me that his ex Lena just wanted like him to have like more money, a bigger house. He's like, she was just like wanting more and wanting more. She wasn't happy with anything that I had to offer. And he's like, so that's why I dumped her. But I don't really know what happened with them, but you know what I mean? Two different sides of the story.
Yeah.
And it's like with Aaron, like, he didn't even have nothing to say about me. All he said was she's a cloud chaser. That's all you really have to say. No, you should have took responsibility and said, "Oh," he should have told me he's sorry for referring to me as one of his bitches. Because yet you came inside of me trying to get me pregnant. Um, Publicly, we're telling people that you
And
think
you're
I'm
not
alone.
pregnant, right?
No, hell no. Thank God I got my period, bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's savage.
yeah.
Yeah, because like the family thing does seem to be a thing for him too, which I guess is respectable. But like, I guess the way you should go about it with the person is, was he wearing protection?
No, I know that was, and I was scared too. I was like, oh my God, like, he's like, with all these women, like, what did I do? Like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, but I got
Wait, so
tested,
he had regret? He had regrets? Poor
a little bit.
post orgasm
Like,
regret, dude.
Because I've been listening around the town that he fucks everyone raw. And I was like, because he told me, he's like, I want to have like 10, 20 kids. He's like, if I get people pregnant, like, I'm taking responsibility and I'm taking care of all my children. And I was like, well, I kind of don't want you to have kids with all these different people, but at the same time, I respect your decision, because maybe already, he's like, I might have babies on the way. I'm not sure.
What? That's savage.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. And
I don't even know where to go from here. This is like a shock.
really?
I guess. Oh, I don't know. Maybe 'cause, like, well, for us, I feel like, I mean, because people assume stuff about Aaron all the time. People, but like hearing it from somebody is different. You know what I mean? That was close to him. So yeah, it's just kind of like whoa. Um, and because a lot of stuff around this community is based off assumption, and there's obviously proof for certain things, but yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy. I literally didn't eat for 2 days, and like I do fast. I do fast sometimes. Like I won't eat for like a day or here and there, like once a week. I try, but like I love to eat. So I was just like, whoa, like this is crazy. And like I just felt so drained and so hungry. And I was like, oh my God, like I don't know. It was just weird.
did
It was
all
just
your
weird.
friends see the live of him going after you, or were they not? Did they not know that happened?
Yeah, some of them they're like, oh my God, what a piece of shit. Like what the fuck? They're like, you didn't do nothing. They're like, dude, you like actually liked him. And like, what the hell's his problem? And I'm like, I don't know. And they saw the interview on the podcast and I was like embarrassed. And they were like, what? Like one of his bitches? They're like, okay, like he was like trying to get you pregnant. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whatever, dude. Yeah. And
Wow.
then this girl messaged me and she's like, oh, I'm pregnant with this baby, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, block her. And I blocked her. And I don't know if she really is pregnant, but her name's Krista. But she's
Right.
Armenian too. She's Armenian too. And he told me you're the only Armenian I've ever been with.
Wait, wait,
Live.
Krista is that the one that said she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's all kinds of drama about that person.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know what the hell her deal is, but I don't really care. But I'm like, girl, I don't know if you're pregnant or not, but if you want to keep it, that's on between you guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
So
want to
did
send
she
me a,
come to you?
yeah, she messaged me. Yeah. This
What?
other girl did too. I forgot who she was, but she's like, I'm pregnant too. And I'm like, you know what? I can't. You guys are tripping. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, if he wants to take responsibility, that's on him. But I was like, it was kind of like, I was like, did you get these girls pregnant? He's like, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna wait for the paternity test. Like, and I'm like, okay, but there's no
What?
babies yet, so maybe a couple more months.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how he hasn't gotten someone pregnant yet. If he's going raw, and
Shooting blanks. Who knows?
maybe that's a secret about Aaron. Maybe he can't. You know what I mean? Maybe he's unable to. Maybe he's infertile or whatever it's called. Who fucking knows? Um,
Yeah, and I think that Melanie was just excited to even date him because he's like Aaron Carter. Like, and she told me when I told her, I'm like, I'm like, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. I'm like, you don't even know who he is. I'm like, you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. And she's like, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, Melanie.
So how much did you know? I mean, I don't know if you
I
want to
think
talk
she
about
had a
now.
motive.
Right.
Sorry. I think she had a motive to just like,
You think it was a motive that turned into reality?
yeah. I think she ended up liking him, but I think at first, because she's like, oh, like we're taking it slow, we're trying to be friends. Yeah, because she wasn't really into him. But eventually, I think she started getting into him over time. But I think she just did it for the publicity, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I
That's
think
my
I think a lot of
opinion.
girls go not directly for that, but it is cool. I mean, like I've talked to girls who like maybe they have more followers than me. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like they're like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like
I
people
honestly
might
was
look down on that,
genuine.
but
Yeah, I was
mm,
genuine. I was trying to really get to know who he was as a person.
of
I was trying to
course,
like be with him. So I don't really care. Like I'm a singer too. I'm in the industry. Like I know people in the industry. It's not really a big thing to me if someone's famous. I live in LA. I hang out with famous people all the time. It's not really a big deal to me. Like all my
yeah.
friends are like people. All my friends are like like managers in the music industry. Like yeah, they don't manage me, but
But it seems
you
like
know
there's
what?
something about Aaron that like he could just pull in girls, and I don't know what it is. Like, do you know why he can just kind of
I think
draw?
because he has like tattoos and he's like has that like I don't give a fuck attitude, kind of like that bad boy. Everyone likes a bad boy, but they don't really know how to handle a bad boy. And I'm sorry, he's a player, dude. He has different girls all the time. I think he's gonna milk it till he can, and he says he wants love, but it's like you don't even respect like women. So,
Hmm. Have you been keeping up with his new relationship with Victoria,
um,
or not really?
I saw that he posted a picture, and I'm sorry. I have my thing with Melanie. I don't really care because I'm gonna live my life, but and I have my like differences with her, but I don't think that was right of him to get with someone the next day and post a picture. I think that was really disrespectful. I think that was really tacky, disgusting. That was fucking.
That was the first time that I'd ever seen even Aaron's hardcore, his LMG actually be like, yo, Aaron, what the hell? It's because, they just did the, the pregnancy announcement. Like, it was all in the news and stuff like that. And then he's with the new chick. Everyone was like, yo, Aaron, what? Even his hardcore supporters were mad.
Yeah, Melanie, she did what she did to me. Whatever, she thought that maybe she could take a chance, but I don't think that was cool of him at all to do that. And that girl, did she not see that he was with Melanie for the last, how long has it been? Since like November, December, January?
Yeah, January.
December, January, February, March, April, May, like 6 months. She was living with him. Dude, she was living with him, and then you go with him the day after he breaks up with her. That shows me her character as well, and that she's kind of trashy. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no way she could have known. Or she didn't know.
Knows, dude.
That she didn't know. That's what I mean. There's no way she didn't know.
I think she knows.
And people were even saying she's now unfollowing Kurt Benz, but she was following Kurt Benz, and people were saying that Victoria, this is super conspiracy, so like not trying to say this is fact, but that Kurt Benz sent Victoria over or something like that. Like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Like,
I don't know, maybe, I don't freaking know. But it's like the thing too, like Aaron's like, oh, like I can't find a girl that treats me right. Oh, I can't find a girl. Like, bro, I treated you right. I was honest with you, and you're the one who like bad named me on the podcast. Like, that's why this I called you out and you didn't like it. So I didn't do nothing wrong to him. I didn't fuck him over. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, whatever. And he's like, Melanie's talking to other men. I'm like, bro, she had an OnlyFans like way before you. That's her job, to chit chat with men and get money. So why are you having a problem? Jenna too. Jenna does the same thing. So, but he was okay with Jenna doing it, but maybe he was jealous of Jenna talking to guys, maybe. But maybe Melanie was getting text messages on her phone number. So he was like, what the hell, Yeah. And she worked at the bar that my cousin worked at. It's a bikini bar. They wear bikinis. Yeah. So he made her quit that job too. And she makes good money there too. So I don't know. I just felt like he was like taking away her income, breaking her down. Right. Making her like, oh, you better not talk to these people. But it's like, yeah, they made it OnlyFans together and he made money off of that. So he kind of used her. So I just think it was I don't know. I thought they were kind of good together because they're both like into money and like. Well, yeah,
I thought they were turning into a very genuine couple. Like, and everyone was kind of surprised that the tides kind of turned because everyone slammed Melanie. Everyone's, she's fake, this and that. But then people started to actually like her, and now a lot of people are mad that it didn't work out. And but the
just threw her to the side for what? Because she was talking to other dudes. Well, yeah, she like maybe like she needed to change her phone number, and because when I get in a relationship, I always change my phone number. Yeah, because I'm not gonna have some guy texting me in the middle of the night, hey, like I want to talk to you. Like, no, bro, like no, I changed my number out of respect. Maybe there were certain things, but honestly, if there's no trust, there's no relationship. Like, and I don't know. But he knew that she was a cam girl and she did OnlyFans. Like, that's how she made money. So if you have a problem with that, then why'd you date her in the first place? Like,
Exactly. And I guess wrapping up this interview, we're almost reaching an hour here. But yeah. So with your experience and like in the immediate weeks following what happened to you, did you just completely cave in? Were you more public? Because I saw that you had a couple of lives post the experience. Like, after those couple of lives, did you just kind of go AFK? Because I remember your username, because I don't remember exactly when you changed your username. Yeah, but I remember I couldn't find you. I was like, what happened to her? I'm like, did she, like, was it so crazy that she had to change her username and, hide or something? Or was it just something that you did?
No, it's something I've been wanting to do. I just haven't really came up with a name. And I was like, I sat one night and I was just like researching names and just doing this. I'm like, I need to change my name. And I was like, so I changed it. But it's like, yeah, if I was a clout chaser, I would have kept my name the same so people couldn't like find me. I would have done this interview a long time ago, but I'm not like that. Like
Right.
I'm an artist. This is my passion. I'm gonna succeed in my own way regardless. I don't need, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, and yeah, when I was on live, like, yeah, I tagged my name because why not? Like, I'm not just gonna go on there for nothing. Like, why am I
Yeah.
on your live all day long? I'm gonna tag my name eventually. Like, so I don't know.
Okay, so what are your plans for? I heard you say earlier that you might be posting more on your YouTube channel. I think people would love to hear more content from you. So what do you have plans for that? And is it going to be under the same name, or are you going to change the name for that too? Because I know it's under Lexe
I changed
Defier.
my YouTube and my Instagram are the same name, Lex Defier. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm gonna be doing more song covers. I'm gonna be trying to work on more music. I'm gonna be making like funny videos. I'm gonna be doing some like mukbang, like eating videos. I'm gonna be doing some like relationship advice, kind of
Yeah.
life guidance, and just like I want to do like kind of like a 420 editions. I want to smoke some weed and just like talk about life.
Yeah.
And just I love I like to talk about everything. I'm a little bit dabbled into like a lot of things, and I'm gonna be film. I want to film like kind of like my life and like the things I do, kind of like go on adventures with me, like kind of
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Well, I'll make sure to put your link down in the description so people can go click on that. Do you have any last words before this interview ends?
Oh God. I just want to say that that people should treat people good. You should treat people the way that you want to be treated, and uh, I don't know, just be good to each other, man. Life is crazy. Things are unpredictable these days, and just spread love and just be good to each other, man.
Right. Thanks so much
Peace and
for
love, man. I'm a
peace
hippie,
and
man.
love. Smoke some 420.
Smoke some weed and calm down, man.
Yeah, thanks for giving this interview. I'm sure people are gonna freak out at some of the tea that you dropped. So I appreciate you doing this. And
Hopefully the tea is not too hot and don't burn no one.
that's what
But
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I think it'll be fine. I don't think it
I
was
just
like
don't
too
want to hear
crazy.
anything after this. Like I don't. I just hope like people don't message me like, "Oh, you're a bitch," or like, "Oh, like I don't." I'm like, honestly, I'm telling the truth. I swear to God. It's maybe
Mm,
not too. Like I said, it was only 2 days, and that's what happened in the 2 days. But the reason I called him out was because of what he said on No Jumper about me being one of his bitches.
right.
Um, when I did nothing wrong to him, and he was whatever. So anyway, but yeah, I just hope I
Right.
don't get no backlash for this because whatever. But I'm gonna speak my truth, and but this is probably the last time I'm gonna talk about it. And if anyone asks me ever again in the future, I'll probably be like, I don't know about that, or I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or I mean, you could even refer them to this interview. Be like, yo, if you like, I told everything I had to know on
I'm probably gonna
this.
post it on my story and be like, if you want to go watch, like go watch and I don't know,
Yeah,
subscribe or something. But
yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah, well, thanks for talking to us,
thank you for
guys.
your time.
Thanks everyone for watching this video. This is Lexe Defier, right? Did I say that right?
Defier,
Defier, aka
Defier,
Stephanie.
Definitely. Just kidding.
And this is AL from Catalyst out.
All right.